All right, let's go out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and talk to Paige. Hey, Paige, what's up?
Hi, John. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course. Thanks for calling. What's happening?
All right. So, me and my husband, we've been together almost 8 years now, married almost two. Recently, we were going through some pictures on his phone, and I saw some pictures of some naked women on his phone.
Who? I'm not, I'm not laughing at you at all. I'm laughing like for a bunch of reasons. Like, are these friends, old girlfriends? Are they just random?
No, they're actually like porn stars and amateur porn stars, just like random naked women that he doesn't know.
And he's like, cool. I think I'm just gonna keep this in my phone photo library.
Yeah, it's like I believe he was using them like to refer back to like later.
Oh, so he wouldn't forget. Like, oh, he screenshot him.
Right.
Like, oh, this is one in my harem. In my
Right.
okay. So what about? Hey, we're looking in my phone. That he didn't go. Uh, Let me run to the bathroom real quick and delete. I mean, what was he doing? Do you think it's not a big deal?
No, he like wasn't hiding it. It seemed like he was real open about it. Like we've been really open throughout our whole relationship about like pornography and masturbation. So like I think he thought it wasn't a big deal. And for me, I don't think the picture being there is as much of a big deal as these women do not look like me. So it's left me feeling a little bit insecure. It seems like
Yes.
I'm like feeling differently about it this time.
That's because well, not that you're feeling insecure about it, just because you're human. But you're running up against a dichotomy. You're running up against, oh, it's not a big deal, and your body is telling you this hurts.
Right.
And it's like, well, no, we're super open about everything, but he didn't know that. That means by definition, you're not open about things because you haven't told him, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like it
Okay.
in you. I don't like it in our home. I don't like it in your phone. And you haven't told him that. And so there's like this air of like, no, I want to be cool, girl. And yet here we are. Right. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So why have you silenced yourself all these years?
I'm not really sure because I don't think it really I'm not sure it bothered me so much as like now we're at a different stage in our life. We're married, we have two daughters now, and I think, more I don't want it to be in our life because of our daughters now. It's like something has changed for me that wasn't always there before about how I felt about it.
Do you know what that change is?
I don't. I feel like he might be like um, being subjective to like women. I just don't like the idea of him like making these like objects of like I'm gonna save these women in my phone even though I don't even know these women.
As though they're mine now.
Right? Yeah. Almost like these are my possessions that I'm gonna hold on to my phone for, so I can refer back to them later whenever I would like.
And how jarring is it to see daughter, daughter, wife, daughter, daughter, wife, amateur porn star?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's tough.
So, but we talked about it. We've talked about it since then.
Okay.
Actually, the same day that I noticed them and that, it was brought to my attention. And he was receptive of how I felt. It actually made him feel uncomfortable too. I guess me seeing it made him realize I was hurt. So it kind of hurt him too. And he since then has removed said material from his phone.
Okay.
And he's been real open about how apologetic he is about it, and it's not going to happen anymore. He doesn't want to like be that way anymore. He doesn't want to have other women in his phone.
But you don't believe him?
Yeah, I think I do believe him. I think, but for me, it's like I can't get over like how it still made me feel the way these women look. It's like, is my husband attracted to me, or is he attracted to these other women?
The answer is probably yes. On both counts.
Okay, so how do you think I am going to be able to move forward? Because he's been very clear through our entire relationship how attracted he is to me. He's very like open about that. He like his actions match his words to that statement too. So it's just like I'm not sure how I can feel better about it.
Well, if you have from the inside out spoken about what you're uncomfortable with and what you want and what you need in your marriage, and your husband looked at you and said, "I'm sorry I hurt you and I'm done with this." And y'all are deciding we're going to move forward in a world where my husband doesn't his phone wallet, his photo album, if you will, doesn't include photos of our daughters and us and his porn chicks on the side that he wants to bookmark. Uh, we're going to build something new. And you have said, I'm all in. Then it's you making a choice to A, believe your husband when he says he's attracted to you. B, believe your husband if he's worthy of that trust, that he's done with pornography and he's done with carrying the stuff around. And 3, you begin to ask yourself and heal from a long-standing way you've entered the world, which is how I feel and what I want and what I need come second to looking and being cool. Come second to whatever he wants. And that's just something you're going to have to practice. That's hard.
Okay.
So as I'm saying all this, do you feel like you're in? I feel like there's something deeper here. What's the deeper thing here?
No, I feel like you're like spot on with, like I need to like get on board because I'm saying like I'm on board. I just feel like, it's like a me thing, it's like I need to work on myself that I can make sure I like believe what he's telling me.
Does he, I mean, has he given you his phone? Has he given you his like, here's my code, here's my phone, look whenever you want. Here's my computer, here's all the stuff. I'm going to get the Safe Eyes program and he just turned it all over to you?
Oh, yeah. He's very open with anything, I asked, he would be willing to show.
Are you asking?
No.
No. That goes back to what I'm saying. You have to be, if you have said, I'm going to trust you, and you know in your mind, but I need these 4 or 5 things to trust you, you have to say those out loud. You have to give him a roadmap back to your trust. If you don't, you're going to hold him accountable for not following a trail that he didn't even know existed.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But all of that comes back to what I was saying earlier is you have to first believe that the things that you want and need even have a value in the world. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Who told you that? That your job was to make sure everybody else is okay and that Paige just needed to shut her mouth and be quiet.
And I don't even think I've realized like that's where I was at. Like,
I know, right?
I don't want to think that that's I don't want to think that that's where I'm at. But yeah, okay, for sure.
But how long? How long has that been the case?
Probably a lot longer than I've even known my husband.
Do you know where that came from?
Yeah, probably my home life for sure. Like growing up with my dad.
Okay. I think a fair conversation to have with him is, hey, I haven't been fully open with you. I learned at a really young age that what I felt about things and what I wanted and what I needed didn't matter. And without even meaning to, I brought it here. And it was only because I felt my mama bear come out, seeing these porn stars in your phone right next to our daughters, that even like a mama bear came out. And that wasn't even so much me feeling like I finally deserved to be heard. That was just protectionism. I'm going to protect my daughters, right? From their dad. Right. And so now it's about learning. I think telling him, I want to learn how to say what I want and what I need out loud and not be scared you're going to run away. Not be scared that you're going to huff and puff and either get big and loud or you're going to do silent treatment on me. I need to know that you're going to be like, cool, let's figure this thing out together. And by the way, here's what I need from you when it comes to desire, to romance, to wanting to feel wanted by you. Here's a roadmap to me right now. And by the way, it's going to change in a year or 2 or 3, and we'll go over a new one then. That's one of the funnest things about being married is new roadmaps to desire. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Does this sound empowering? Does this sound terrifying? Or
No,
both?
this sounds like, yeah, it sounds empowering. Like, like I like can't wait to like talk with him about this because I feel like, I have a different perception now.
And I think you need to give yourself permission to go slow. And um, when it comes to like, hey, get pornography off your phone next to my daughter's, you don't get a minute on that. Delete the photos for God's sakes. But underneath that, he's getting a new wife. He's getting a new wife. And
Right.
you're going to get a new husband. That's amazing. That's awesome. And both of y'all are going to have to, there's going to be some ping ponging back and forth, figuring out what this feels like and what this looks like. And so you have to be graceful with each other as y'all figure this out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's going to say and do something. Or you're going to walk into the room in 2 months and I don't know, he'll be watching Game of Thrones and there'll be 4 women on there without any shirts on. And your heart is instantly going to go back to this phone. And he's going to be like, I'm changing the channel. I was changing the channel. All right. And you're going to have to stumble through that moment together.
Yeah.
Or a buddy of his is going to send him a text of some like, oh, bro, you got to check this out. And you're going to have his phone when that text comes through. Right? So those moments are going to happen. And you're going to have a plan for, hey, when this happens, I'm going to trust you. Or when this happens, here's what I'm going to need from you. Right? And we're going to just fumble through this. And you're going to have to be willing to say, I don't feel beautiful today. Or when he looks at you and says, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And your body goes, no, I'm not. In your mind, you say, I am going to trust him today. I'm going to lean into this. And then you might say, will you hold me for a second? Will you put your hands on the back of my neck and just hold my face? Will you kiss me on the mouth? Can we just French kiss without sleeping together just for a bit, right? What are the things that you need? I'm just making up things I hear all over the country. What things do you need? What things do you need? I think it's a whole new day for you, Paige. And good for you for defending your daughters. Good for you for finally saying, hey, here's what I want. Here's what makes me feel gross and disrespected in my own house. Good on you. And good for your husband for hearing you and going, you're right, I was wrong. I'm done. It's out. It's out. Good for everybody. Whew. Now you've moved out of the old house. Now you've got to build a new one and move into it. And this is, quite frankly, where the fun begins. Let me know how it goes, and I'll holler back anytime, and I'm always here for you, Paige. Call anytime.